Hey guys, and welcome to today's off-season vlog series. So this has been a couple of weeks since I've done one of these, and that's how it's going to be from now on, especially in the off-season. I'd like to say because not too much happens in off-season, although the past 2 weeks a heck of a lot has happened. So this morning now weighing 122. Which is good, whereas last week it was more so in the sort of 120s, creeping up to 121. So check-in was this morning, and by the time this video goes live, check-in was actually yesterday. However, food has incremented up the past sort of 2 or 3 weeks, and it's led to an extra couple of kilos, which is awesome. I feel kind of back in my groove, if that makes sense. And there's a few things that I've attributed to that. So a couple weeks ago, I went and did a little bit of posing with Steph Noble. Now, for those of you who don't know Steph, she was the one that helped me with my routine last year. I'll put a little bit of a clip in here in the video. And it was just awesome to be back in the studio. And that's the one thing about, I would say, competing that I really like is doing the routine. So being able to just get back, formulate a new routine was great. And you might hear a little bit of the song in the other clip, and it's mostly like the songs I like posing to are all often really slow, got a decent sort of melody to them, but yeah, there's just something to think about the years of hard work, being able to present it on stage with like a routine is awesome. Training for the most part has been brilliant. I'm well into the groove. As I said, I'm well into the groove now. 4 weeks, I'm going into 5 weeks training at the new facility. When at first, anyone that does this will know that if you move gyms, it's often, it takes a wee bit of time to get to get things rolling, to get the environment right, to know your way about the gym, to know what your PB is on X, Y, and Z. But I'm settled there now, and there seems to be more of the usual sort of training there. And by the usual, I mean I've got quite a few clients that are moving over. There's a few people I used to train at the same time around Pure Gym that are training there now. The likes of Aaron, Caitlin, Ali trains sometimes at the same time. So he tends to train a bit earlier, and I'll train a bit later on in the day, just with how we prefer it, really. But environment is key to everything. So the fact that that's now good is, or the fact that that's now in the place I want it to be, is great for growing. When I think back to, I went on a new rotation at the same time. I did a posterior day at Pure versus I did a posterior day at Exercise for Less, and what a difference it was at Exercise for Less. I was like, no, that this day needs to be here. So still just a 1 day legs training out of Pure. My knees are getting a little bit beat up from that hack squat because it's heavy. So if it persists, I may do a lower body day in Perth that I used to do, just once a week, and the rest Exercise for Less. But this past week, or last week, I had to train 5 days in a row. And so over the past couple of weeks, a few things have changed. One would be my breakfast. So it used to be 4 eggs with some bacon or chicken sausages, but if I'm honest, I can't eat another egg right now if I wanted to without feeling sick. And I go through these phases with eggs, and I have done the past 4 years where I'll eat it every single day for, say 2 or 3 years or a long time, and then just can't look at one, and then I'll have a month or 2 break and go back to it. It's fine. So just now, today my breakfast is Greek yogurt, whey, 2 bananas, and of course cinnamon on top, peanut in the background, unusual sort of morning supplements and all that jazz. This is now I've had 3 days training in a row. Today will be the 4th because we're away this weekend. I'll tell you, I am tired and still my legs still feel fucked from Tuesday, so I could see why I need that day off usually after legs, but since we're away this weekend, needs must. So that's a little bit of an update on kind of what's been going on with food the past couple of weeks. Yeah, to say the least, it was hard, but I still able to progress net PBs, but mostly I'll only train 2 or 3 days in a row before having a day off, just from a recovery perspective. It's just something that I need to do. But main reason is that, as I always say, that I'm never going to be a pro bodybuilder, so I'll always do something like this so that we can, myself and Rona can get away for a weekend. And we went to Dunbar, and although the weather was pretty poor, we still had an amazing time. And it was good to just relax and have a hot tub and jump in. At the same time, one of my clients was competing, Masters Bikini competitor at Two Bros, Ben Weeder, and that was great to kind of just get back into the swing of prepping people. I've obviously prepped people for photo shoots over the past 6 months, but to have someone do a show and that excitement, that buzz about how they look, how that changes in that week is incredible. And albeit she didn't place, it was a very, very tough field. Ben Weeder's a huge step up to an international stage, but she came off the win for British finals a few weeks ago, so incredible first season nonetheless. So that really is it from me, guys. Quite short and sweet, and these will probably tend to be over the next few weeks just because it's not as exciting as prep. So wherever you are, whatever you do, give it the beans.